Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. This is Mujahidul Islam Shanto, lecturer in English, Engineering University School and College, Buet campus. Today I am going to discuss a matter which is very important in our daily life. Let's go to the slide. An introduction to letter writing. So letters are categorized into two types. One is informal letters, another is formal letters. Informal letters, if you want to write to your family members, relatives, neighbors, or to acquaintances, it is informal letter. And these letters may or may not have a concrete reason of writing. So you can write to them for any reason. So in a formal letter, you have to maintain some rules and written to discuss business, apply for services, make request, file, register, complaints, etc. For a letter, formal letter is composed of various elements that may change depending upon the nature of the letter. The main elements of a letter are given below. So you can now know the rules of formal letters. And so different parts of a letter. So there are some parts of a letter, about 7 parts. So 7 parts. One is first one is sender address. You have to write the sender address at the top of the letter, and then a date, and then salutation. Salutation is very important also, and the main body of the letter. You have to write the main body of the letter and then concluding remarks, right? And to complementary closure, signature lines. So the first part, you have to think of the sender's address. First, you write your place from where you are going to write the letter. Here, see a letter by an Indian, three by B, Model Town, New Delhi, okay, India, August 25, 2000, okay, 20. And you have to maintain the parts of the letter, right? Okay. Uh, you have to know how to write the sender's address. So look at the rule of the sender's address. If you want to write a formal letter, you have to write the like this: the manager ABC Private Limited, 23, Wajirpur, New Delhi, India. Okay, and then you have to write the how to think about how to write an informal letter like 23 Wajipur, New Delhi, India. That means it is a formal letter, and it is the sender's address of an informal letter. And then you have to write the date. So how to write a date? First of all, you have to write uh, the day, then month and year, like 24th August 2020, and or you can write like that: August first month, and then day, and then year, August 24th 2020. So you can write in these two ways: the date of a letter, and then uh, salutation for informal and formal letters. So you have to uh, give importance on writing the salutation, because it is very important to address someone. If the person to whom you are going to write a letter is blood related, older than you, then you have to write respected, you can respected Rahim, respected Korim. You can write like that, uh, or uh, or only respected uncle or something. For blood relations, younger. If the person is younger to you, then you have to write my dear or dear. If the person is your friends, a friend or relatives, then you have to write dear or my dear. So it is the salutations of formal informal letter, and then for formal letters you have to write like that: editors, postmasters, police officers, sir or madam, government officials, sir or madam, principals or head of the institution, respected sir or madam, present or prospective employer, you have to write sir or madam, shopkeeper, businessman, manager, you have to write sir or madam, strangers and acquaintance, dear sir, madam, dear sir, madam. Okay, miss. So we have learned something about the salutations for informal and formal letters. Now I think that there is no confusion of writing to anyone and how to address someone in the salutation. So in the next slide, uh, this is the concluding lines. You have to write the concluding lines uh, like with best regards, with best wishes. When if the person is your friends, if the person is your parents or elders, then you have to write with love and respect, with respect and affectionate regards. If the person is your younger relatives, you have to write with love, with best wishes, right? If the person is official person, for official letters you have to write thanking you with best regards. So these are the ways how to write a concluding line. So sometimes we fall into difficulties how to write a concluding lines with best, should I write with best regards or best wishes. So sometimes we write capriciously because we don't know how to write a concluding sentence, how to write to our friends, how to write to our parents or elders or younger relatives, right? So I think that you have no problems, you will not face any problem to write a concluding line. And then how to write a complimentary closure. So this is the complementary closure. In Britain, the traditional rule of ethic, ethic in Britain, in that a formal letter starting with dear sir or madam, starting that is the salutation, and must end with yours faithfully. That is the concluding line, yours faithfully. If you write dear sir and the salutation, you have to write yours faithfully. And if you write sir or madam in the salutation, you have to write sincerely in the concluding line, right? So, but in the informal letters or personal letters, you may close the letter with yours lovingly, or yours truly, or your affectionately, right? So that is based on your based on the relation with your receiver, right? Okay. So for informal letters in the chart, you can know in details how to write for friends and acquaintances your sincerely or sincerely yours. For relatives or friends, yours affectionately or yours loving. Okay. And for formal letters, principal, headmaster, you have to write uh, uh, for main times in your HSC level to a letter and an application to the principal for main times, and you have to write yours obediently. Okay. Editors, government officials, shopkeepers, private firms. It is not used in your HSC level, but you have to know for marks, not for practical reason, for marks. And some students may write to the editors for the problems of your locality. You have to write then yours faithfully or yours truly in the concluding line. If you want to write to a stranger to whom you do not know, then you have to write your faithfully. That means your faithfully. You can write to your to the official, uh, to the another company, or to another organization. You can write your faithfully. Your faithfully is a common. Yeah, you can write to anywhere. But I think that to if you want to write to the principal or a headmaster, you have to write yours obediently. It is a matter of obedient. All right. So note only the first letter of the first word in the complementary closure is capitalized, and all the other words are written or typed in small case. So if you don't understand anything, please tell me and comment in the comment box. Now there are only some students are attending in the online class. So dear student, you have to give your full attendance, and you have to give your full concentration on the class. Otherwise it's not possible for you to get 9 or 10 out of 10. So if you want to get 8 or 9, it is the highest mark for a letter. So 8 or 9, you have to write, you have to give your full concentration. You have to know how to write a for informal letter, how to write a formal letter, and how to write a complementary closure. So because in the SSC level you have to learn how to write a letter, but in the HSC level you have to again learn how to write a letter. But matter of fact that it is the time to develop yourself. It is the time to develop yourself. অনেকগুলো টপিক দেখা যায় এসএসসি লেভেলে, কিন্তু যেগুলো দেয় এইচএসসি লেভেলে কিন্তু সেম সেম টপিক, লেটার রাইটিং, অ্যাপ্লিকেশন রাইটিং, ইমেল রাইটিং, or paragraph writing, or essay writing, composition writing, same topic. What's the reason? Reason is that in SSC level you have to know the writing. You have to uh, make your hand free for writing anything. But in HSC level you have to develop the topic. So yeah, for this reason, in HSC level, you have to develop yourself, giving your full concentration on study. Okay, and now some students are watching, but not uh, all of the students. I don't know why. Okay, then next slide. This is the format of writing an informal letter. Okay, so uh, this is the address of the sender, and then date, and then salutation. It has been a while since I have heard from you. Where have you been? I hope this letter finds you in the best of your health. As summers are approaching, I was thinking if we could spend the summer break together at my place in Mumbai. I'll introduce you to all my friends and close relatives. I will give you a city tour as well. So look at the beginning and starting of the main body of the letter. It has been a while since I have heard from you. So, but in Bangladesh, in the school and colleges, we start at first take my salam, and uh, I hope that you are well by the grace of Allah. This is the starting. Now this is very backdated, and you can write like this. It has been. It has. It has been. It has. It's been a while since I have heard from you, like that. And then in the second part of the main body, I am excited even at the thought of you, and I'm spending the summer together after so long. So I have to tell you a lot of things and expect the same from you. Give my regards to auntie and uncle. So in the English, we write aunt and uncle, but in practical, we write or we say auntie and uncle. So in the letter, you can write auntie. So it is a practical English. Okay. So hope to see you soon. Yours lovingly. So your name. Okay. Then in the next slide. So example of an informal letter. It is the example of an informal letter. So you are abroad, spending your holidays in a very excited place you have always wanted to visit. The people you travel with are really nice, so you enjoy their companionship. Write a letter to your friend describing what you have been doing so far and what you still plan to do. So these are the samples. These are the example of an informal letter taken from net. You can also learn many things, many other format sample from net, internet. So you can write like this: Dear Amy, thank you a lot for your last letter. So this is an informal letter. In informal letter, you needn't write the address, uh, address uh, of the sender. You can start, dear Amy, thank you. Okay, and then also you can write the concluding line like this: love, Vicky. Okay, so here 184 words. But I know it is a question from you. How many words should I write for a letter? You can write 2 page or 3 page. That means 150 to 200 words. 150 to 200 words. Or you can write only 150 words. So it is standard to write 150 words with a standard format of writing the letter. So it is very important to follow the standard format, and it is very important to think of the mistakes while writing a letter, and it is also important to know is it formal or informal letter. And then we have to write the formal letter. Sometimes you have to write a formal letter to the principal, formulated format, and write an application to your principal for leave due to fever. You have to write leave of absence. Some students write a leave of absence letter to the principal, to the class teachers daily because they are very lazy and they spend their times not in college but in at home. So they have to write it. So look at the format. You have to write the date, then two. You needn't write the sender address here because it is a formal letter. Start date and to the principal, this school and college. Then address Engineering University School and College, Buet Campus, Dhaka, and you have to write subject. You have to write subject, not SUVJ. You have to write the full word SUVJECT subject. It is taken from a net. For this season is WW letters formats. For this season they have not written the full word, so you have to write the full word. Remember it. Bear in mind that you have to write the full word subject. Application for leave from, and you have to start with a capital letter application, capital letter, uh, and for leave from attending school due to sickness or due to fever or due to headache, due to a strong headache. Okay, respected sir or madam, most humbly I beg to say that I am currently ill and suffering from fever, as per. Oh, like that, you can also learn how to write a letter of leave of absent uh, from your book, and just it is a format, and then you have to write the therefore kindly grant me leave for 2 days uh, uh, from date to date for recovering. I shall be very obliged thereby. Okay. Then thanking you. It's obediently thanking you. You needn't write like this. It's obediently is better to write here. It's obediently, or you can write I remain sir, yours obediently, I remain sir, yours obediently, name of the student, and then class and roll number. Yes, okay. uh, then how to write a business letter format. So normally in HSC level you needn't write a business letter, so but practically, yeah, but in your life, you have to write business letters if you want, if you become a businessman, uh, and then or a manager of a business company, then you have to write company and company name, and also the address of the company, and then date and to whom it is written. Uh, so the receiver's address, it is the receiver's address, and dear sir or dear Mr. Do, like that, or sir or ma'am, you can write sir or madam. And then I'm writing you concerning a recent purchase of, okay, then you have to write, uh, just see, look at the format later. uh, it is normally, it is not necessary for your HSC level. For this is, I'm not wasting time. Sincerely, and your name and your okay, Sam Brown, vice president of company. Okay, so in corporation. Okay, then how to write the envelope format. It is very important. It is very important. So on the envelope, you have to write the address of the receiver, and also your address from, and that is your address from Shanto Road Nong 6 House Nong 9 Sector 7 Uttara Dhaka. You can write only from Shanto Uttara Dhaka if the receiver is very acquainted with you. But I think that you should write the full address of the receiver and of the senders. And then two, it is very important. It is very important to write the full address, the complete address, so that the postman can uh, make the letter reach at the house of the receiver. So Shanta 12 by A. Normally in the town, the addresses are like this: 12 by A RK, that is a flat nom, that is a house nom, RK Mission Road, Mymensingh. So it is very easy. If there is no other flat, the house, then it is very easy to find out Shanta. If it is very easy for you to write in the exam. For this reason, you should write like this. And then another format is from Shanta 12 by A RK Mission Road, Mymensingh. That is from sender's address. Again, I'm telling you that the receiver's address is very important. 2, then Shanto flat 2B, second floor, road number 6, house number 9, sector 7, Uttar, Dhaka. So I have written here the full address. If the postman doesn't find out the full complete address here, how can he how can he send uh, the letter to the receiver's house? How? It is not possible. If you write Shanto, road number 6, house number 9, so uh, will he find out the person? It is not possible because he doesn't know the flat nom, doesn't know the house nom, okay, or floor nom. He doesn't know. So you have to write the full address here to the receiver. Okay. So, dear students, I think that it is very necessary to write a letter maintaining the full rules of writing a letter, and you should write the starting in a way, in a standard way, so that the teacher can understand that the student is very brilliant and he knows how to write a letter in a standard format. So, the students, you have to think of the rules. You have to think of the differences between formal and informal letters, right? So, once again, uh, it is very important to the different parts, knowing the different parts of a letter, sender's address, date, salutation, body of the letter, and concluding remarks, complimentary closure, and signature line. Concluding remarks is not very important, like Papa and love to dear. It is not. Sorry. It is also important, but uh, uh, it is just the body of the letter. It is all the parts are the body of the letter. So you cannot make it make it segregated from the body. So I think that you should think of the starting of the letter. Okay, dear student, once again, thank you very much for attending the class, and nice to meet. I think that we are meeting and we are going to learn something in the next class, and hope to meet you soon. Thank you very much.